Now we take you back in time for one spectacular spectacle. Our walk through the pages of history is in the company of Seth Doane.
They march from their own quarters or quartieri of this city in the heart of Tuscany. These Italian cafe owners and teachers, mechanics and business people become in medieval costumes nobility, knights, and soldiers. While there is plenty of pageantry, their expressions reveal the competition at the root of this is real. Preparations have been underway for days in the Piazza Grande, as have practices for the main event, in which a knight on horseback hits a target to get points for his team. This spectacle, known as the Giostra del Saracino, dates back to the Middle Ages. And twice a year, the picturesque walled city of Arezzo is transformed, as is Enrico Vedovini, a local jeweler turned knight.
We train all the year, for only 4 seconds.
4 seconds is how long it'll take to run his horse Pine across the square.
Giulio, sotto pancia.
We met at Vedovini's farm as he prepared for his 40th Saracino joust.
That's a lot of jousts.
But the pressure is the same.
He's helped his team win 12 times, making him something of a local celebrity.
Every day, everybody, you make Saracino, you make this.
People recognize you.
Yes, every time. And this I don't like too much.
You don't like it?
Not too much.
This uncharacteristically humble knight says tourists only see the Saracino with their eyes, whereas locals, he says, feel it in their hearts.
We have this game in our bloods.
In your blood?
Yes. These games reminds us our roots, our medieval roots.
Historian Fabiana Peruzzi grew up in this ancient city.
With everyone dressed up in these old costumes, for a while it seems the people actually match the backdrop.
Yes, also it seems to be back in time.
Back to a time when Tuscan cities were fighting both each other and foreign forces. The Saracino, Peruzzi explains, was a sort of war game.
During times of peace, knights needed to train to keep in shape. So the best way to do this was through these war games.
And the town would come out to watch?
Yes, of course. There were a very important event.
These games, a sort of twist on a joust with the prize a golden lance, have become a citywide obsession. Divisions are clear and color-coded.
Are you wearing green for a reason?
No, actually, my district is the yellow and blue one.
You can't wear green today.
Yeah.
That shade of green is tied to a team with 36 golden lances in its museum.
We won these.
Green and white are the only colors team manager Saverio Cristini would wear on these days, supporting his quarter, Sant'Andrea.
In my family, a part is to Sant'Andrea, another part to Porta Crucifera, that are enemy. In fact, during this period, with my mom, that is from Porta Crucifera, Mom, today I won't talk with you, okay?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Just outside the museum, the team was fueling up its fans, preparing aperitivo and a 3-course meal for 700 people. It's part of yet another tradition, the pre-joust meal. Here, green and white was everywhere, including the nail polish on Laura Bori, who told us there was a division in her family too. Her sisters would never come to this dinner featuring Sant'Andrea's knight, Enrico Vedovini. The next morning on the big day, the teams paraded through town and were blessed by the bishop. And as spectators filled Piazza Grande, the streets behind it had a backstage feel. That's where we found Enrico Vedovini.
Now I'm ready. Now I prepare my horse and I go.
It's a lot of emotion, a lot weighing on you.
Big emotion now.
They may be in costume for this joust, but those emotions are authentic. A fight even broke out over perceived foul play, and police had to be called in to settle things in this melee of medieval uniforms. Then it was Enrico Vedovini's turn. He struck the center of the target, but then dropped the lance, losing all of the points. Ultimately, Porta Crucifera made the winning run, and fans flooded the field.
Even to get a question in.
It had been 6 years since they won.
Oh no, sono un giornalista, non posso. No, I have to be unbiased.
The truth is, this reporter does have his leanings in this case. After all, I'm married into a family from Arezzo, which is also divided. Passion is part of the tradition here. At Enrico Vedovini's farm, we saw him training with his 12-year-old son, Giulio.
Qui ti fai un'arte, davanti a me.
Another generation preparing for another joust, just as they have for centuries.
Bravo.